Was good, home slice? So I'm sitting here editing this video and I realized that I did not record the intro. So what's up, everybody? I hope you are doing well. If we haven't already met, my name is Bayley. Nice to meet you. And I bought multiple new Bayley bookcases and things didn't turn out the way I expected, but this took me the entire week to do. So let's hop into it. No, it's not nighttime. It is daytime, but it is so rainy that it looks like nighttime. Say hi. If you haven't already recently seen, I sold half my collection essentially to do this video. Well, also to bring me joy, but I still had a lot of boxes and whatnot laying around and I needed to get all of that cleaned up in order to move anything around. Okay, saying cleaned up may be a stretch, but the whole point is you can't really move things when you have stuff in the way. Okay, so it's super chaotic in here, but it's gonna be okay. My hubby was just able to move those two first bookshelves out. I decided it was better to just work one piece at a time than trying to clear everything and then move it all over, because this was too much and I needed to be able to store some stuff somewhere, because obviously I can't use this entire space because it's already filled. So we're doing it one section at a time. We're gonna have to take those Loungefly off and probably take everything off of this one, which is gonna be a pain because this is the Sanrio shelf. And then this bookshelf is gonna end up being moved over, and we're gonna have a new one right here in the corner and one extra Bayley as well. So it's probably still gonna go to about here, but this whole corner is gonna be clear because this bookshelf is also going into the loft. And if I can make it work, also that one. But the goal for today, if I don't get all of this done today, the one main goal is get everything off this one and also get into the loft, and get everything off that one and also get it into the loft. Then I can take everything that is currently in the middle of the room and be able to put it in this corner, so it's easier to take everything off of this one and move stuff over in order to put the Baileys where they need to be. It also lets me put this table in the corner, so yeah, we'll see. So my tactics are, as I do things, just put everything in a bucket and you have a doom bucket, and then you are able to move the things you want to move, and then you can organize the doom bucket after. I don't think I'll be able to get to all of this today because I just have more stuff to do in my life besides this. And then I will get to the cord situation later because I just realized I don't think I have an extension cord that's long enough for this. So it's also Prime Day. I'm gonna order a cord and I will get to all of that lighting stuff later. So until then, I'm just gonna move everything over here, and that's gonna be what it's gonna be. This corner is done for now. I do have a bunch of bags though that need to go over on the loft. So we're gonna do that because right now the cat thing tower, yeah, that is right next to all of these really expensive bags. We're gonna make sure these are safe. Welcome to the loft. The stairs are literally right there and there's like a half wall that separates them. But these cabinets are not gonna be used for storage of Loungefly and other pop boxes that don't fit in my other storage containers. So I realized during part of that video that you couldn't see what I was doing, but I was putting all those bags up there, and then we have these bags down here, which I kind of tried to do a gradient. So this is the progress at the end, or maybe the end of day one. Nala is very confused by what is going on. So here's the thing. As I'm sitting here and looking at this, I told you the initial plan was to have two here, and have the small Bayley in the corner, but I don't like that. I asked Dante, just because I have better lighting on this wall, do I keep everything cornered and deal with this awkwardness over here, or for my own sanity, do we put everything against this wall? And he said the latter. So at some point we're gonna do that. It is day 2. It is currently around 8:12 p.m. and I am just starting to work on the rest of the stuff. We have moved the shelf and now Yuffie's in the bucket that I need. Ma'am, can I do the work? Can I do the Lord's work? Of the moon, I'll punish you. So lucky old me. It took us a little longer than I thought to build some of the shelves and move the shelves. Now the shelves are moved and I have to work tomorrow. So all of this, in some way, shape, or form, has to go in those. And I have to put like all of the shelves back on. Also, didn't measure. I just thought it would work with my whole heart. The tinier tower, it's still being built. We're still gonna use it. Do you see the space that was supposed to be here? That is non-existent. Same. So that shelf is gonna have to go somewhere else now, which does make me kind of sad. I don't know in what world I was thinking that it would fit. Something about the IKEA Bayley bookshelves that are different from the Walmart, I don't know if it's different from the Target, is that there are little notches on the bottom so it can go all the way against your baseboards. So these are actually touching the walls and it's making it so even though it's on carpet, they are able to line up way better than any of my Walmarts ever did. This is still a win, and I'm gonna be able to fit pretty much my entire collection, even just on these, even with all my statues. That's exciting. And now I gotta start moving stuff, so let's go. All right, we got a few more things up there. I can access my desk now, and that is what is important because I need to be able to work tomorrow. Welcome to day 3. So this is what it looks like in daylight. I still have to set up that Disney shelf. We have the table here in the middle, and honestly, I wish that this was my view for my desk. I do not want to put anything on this wall or on that wall right there. I like how clean this looks, and I would like this half of the room to be a lot more simple from now on. That means this can't stay here. I hate it here. So my options were put it over here in this corner, which like I could have done, but I would have had to move my desk over more, and I just didn't want to do that. And I like being able to see my art, whether I'm sitting or standing at this desk. I could put it here, but it's already like almost impossible to not hit a bookshelf while going through this walkway, because for some reason the designers of this house thought it was a great idea to have this little protruding area when you first walk in. So you got this narrow little walkway, and it's just not a vibe. So I would rather not do that. The other option was just take that and put it there. I did it and I hated it because that was like the only thing on this side of the light, which if you haven't noticed, this light is now shorter. How is that? I took off this last piece, which was very freaking annoying. And what I will say is, unless you live in a household, by live, I mean own. And if you are an indecisive person, don't get this version of Gobi Light specifically, because I like to change my office around constantly, if you can't tell. And for the longest time, this light setup works for me. However, now that I'm having this whole empty space, I wish I could move it over to the left a little bit more, which I technically could, but if you haven't noticed, these have like a version of a command strip on them, and thankfully this did not pull off any of the paint. But there always is the risk when you get something that isn't official command strip branded that it will pull off paint. But in order to install this brand of Gobi Light specifically, not this brand but this version, the piece that connects them here is a wedge shape with all of the little prongs, and this is what makes the light work when connected to that, because on this side you can see here it has the other side of the puzzle piece that snaps it. So in order to get this one off, I had to loosen that one away from the wall, so then I could push this one back into the wall after loosening it a little bit from the wall, and then like try to push and pull at the same time while also pulling that one. It was just a mess. And the reason why I took this off, the reason for this whole explanation is what I am gonna do is I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to put it out in the loft. I do not need all of them, and I can take that and I can put it there. I really don't want to try to fit this one here. That's not gonna work. In the arms of an angel, fly away. It's later in the day on day 3 and I'm so overwhelmed. Got this surge protector multiple outlet thing for Prime Day. I'm gonna plug this in and then I'm gonna put this on top of the bookcase so the lights can go all the way across. And I'm gonna show you how I do my lights, because I don't do just regular LEDs. I actually have 4 different lights from Gobi, and they're just way brighter and I love them. We did it! It's day 4. We have to finish today, or at least we need to get all of this gone because this video is going up tomorrow. And maybe I'll do more reshelving in the future, but at least all of this needs to be done because I'm losing my mind. I hate being in an office that is cluttered. It bothers me so much. I just bumped into the... Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I definitely will have to sell at least 1 or 2. I like how this is displayed, minus how cluttered it is in the front. Okay, so here is Little Mermaid. I like it a lot. I don't love it. We will come back to it another time. And there you have it, the first draft of all of my new Disney Pops together. I don't like how tall it is. It feels a little weird, so if I'm able to move the orange bird down a little bit, but I think I will. All of the other shelves have that consistent line, and I think it will bother me if it's not there. So I might take a lot of like the Mickeys and the Oswalds and the Minnie, and I'll put them on that shelf because they all have the same color palette and they look nice together. And that will give me a lot more room for like the Disney movies that we have and some of the newer park ones. I also want to point out that when I'm doing it, I see it from this perspective. So if there's any weird spacing, that's why, because I have to guess it from this angle. We're gonna need a part 2. So this project was as big as I anticipated, but it was also as big as I anticipated. And this work week has been very filled. And at the end of the day, I just don't have as much energy at the moment. And as you guys have guessed so far, I like to put a lot of detail and love into my displays because these are all things that I love. So I think we made fantastic progress this week. Actually, I think we did the majority. But the individual Marvel shelf, updating that Disney shelf as a whole, and moving around some of this anime stuff that I was hoping to do, that's gonna have to be next week. Because I also have all of this One Piece right here. All of these boxes, besides Bucky, are new One Piece pops that I do not have displayed. They're not the boxes that go to the ones in front of it. So we have a lot to unbox and a lot to reorganize, and I'm excited to do it, but I do not want to pressure myself to do it all today just for the sake of this video. So if you enjoyed this channel, make sure to click that subscribe button, leave a comment down below so then YouTube knows to show you more of my content. I'm excited to continue on this journey with you. And always remember that you're loved, you're valued, and you are enough. Bye!